Let's talk about Highland Mall and other malls in suburban America. I mentioned Highland Mall because that's where I shopped when stores like Casual Corner Annex, and Petite Sophisticate, as well as Learners, were in their heyday. I do have separate videos on each of those stores. You might want to check those out. Please stay to the end of the video. One of the things that ended up happening that started the decline of stores like Casual Corner was the existence, first of all, of a changing workplace dress code. So, if you remember a time when you needed to wear hosiery and there was no such a thing as Casual Friday, please give this video a thumbs up and stay to the end. So, all of a sudden, fewer women needed traditional business attire. That was when Casual Friday came into vogue in many offices, and it reduced the demand for Casual Corner's bread and butter. So that was one reason. Another was you had fast fashion retailers like H&M, Zara, and Forever 21. They entered the market very aggressively, and they offered trendy styles at low prices with rapid inventory turnover. These newcomers could respond to fashion trends in weeks rather than months, making traditional retailers seem slow and outdated. Also, department stores improved their contemporary and career wear departments, offering better brand selection and more frequent promotions. Some examples include Macy's and Nordstrom's. So that's another reason why stores like Casual Corner and its sister brands began to decline. Another one, and it's still very valid today, was the rise of e-commerce. And that changed how consumers shopped for clothing. Online retailers offered wider selection, and it was easier to compare prices. Then there was the convenience, of course, of home delivery. Traditional mall based retailers struggled to adapt to this trend of e commerce. And then the decline of mall traffic. That definitely contributed to stores like Casual Corners fading into oblivion. They were anchor department stores and they closed, and the foot traffic decreased. Specialty retailers like Casual Corner, they saw their sales decline, and it was just hard and then eventually almost impossible to justify the cost of the real estate they were paying for being at physical locations like the malls. Now, the company did attempt different strategies to revitalize the brand, including store remodels, merchandise updates, and marketing campaigns. But these efforts couldn't overcome the fundamental shifts in retail and consumer behavior. So there was a decline in that era, and eventually it was the end of an era. And in 2005, the company that owned Casual Corner filed bankruptcy. And there was attempts to restructure and continue operations, but the challenges proved to be insurmountable. And in 2006, the decision was made to close all of their stores, Casual Corner Annex, and Petite Sophisticate stores. So the liquidation sales marked the final chapter of this retail story, with shoppers flooding stores for closing discounts on remaining merchandise. And for many customers, these final visits were bittersweet occasions, marking the end of their relationship with a store that had been part of lives for years or even decades. It left a void in malls. And one of the things that has happened is there is right now a little bit of a trend of people wanting vintage clothing. And so you may be able to find some pieces from Casual Corner on different resale platforms. And this brand, Casual Corner, represented a specific era in American retail when mall shopping was a primary leisure activity and specialty clothing chains dominated the retail landscape. If Casual Corner holds a special place in your heart or in your history, if it's where you bought that first interview suit that landed you your first job, or where you found the perfect dress for a special occasion, or where you just enjoyed browsing after work with your friends. Comment and share your story. Also, if this story about Casual Corner illustrates how dramatically retail has changed, comment about other types of industries that were booming and that are now replaced by something else, including e commerce. I can think of a few examples, but I would love for you to share them in the comments. In fashion history circles and retail nostalgia communities, Casual Corners is remembered fondly as a quality retailer that served its customers well for over half a century. The brand may be gone, but its impact on American fashion retail and the memories it created for millions of shoppers endure. So once again, if you shopped at Casual Corner Annex, or Petite Sophisticate, or all of them, tell about your favorite memories of these stores in the comment section. And also like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content about forgotten stores, fashion history, retail nostalgia, and more. And since you stayed to the end, go ahead and look in the description box and find out how you can purchase my book, Come Through Benita, Seamstress on Fire, about a Christian fashion designer who is in a competition to design a gown for an unnamed female celebrity. It makes a great gift for Christmas or another occasion. And go ahead and get two so you can have one for yourself and one to gift. Have a great day.